a multinational movement founded in the 1930s to oppose Zionism and its occupation of Palestine. Please join me in welcoming our dear Rabbi to the stage with a warm round of applause.
With the help of the Almighty, I pray to the Almighty to bestow upon me His truth, His wisdom, that I may be worthy of conveying His message, and so, inshallah, sanctify His name and bring peace to the world. Assalamu alaikum. It is, in a manner, a privilege and an honor, and I'm humbled to be standing in front of such a distinguished gathering. But it is unfortunately a time that we are all in pain. Around the world, we are, as a one, feeling the suffering, the carnage, the massacre, the genocide that is being perpetrated against the people of Palestine. The people in Gaza are being daily, minute by minute, totally eradicated, almost, God forbid. And this is being perpetrated in the name of my religion, of Judaism, in the name of something godly, and that therefore my standing here, although it's so nice to be with you, but it is really a terrible pain that we have to be gathering for such an issue, such a falsehood, such a lie, a grand lie, because Judaism is totally the nemesis, the antithetical, contradictory to everything that the Zionist state of Israel stands for and what it is. Just in its history, Judaism is a 3,000-year-old religion, while Zionism is a mere 100 and around 40 years. It is a transformation from subservience to God to nationalism, to a base, selfish endeavor to acquire a homeland for a group of people with their selfish aspirations, nothing more. The people who created the Zionism were heretics. They detested anything that had to do with God. Theodor Herzl, Ben Gurion, Chaim Weizmann, Jabotinsky, these were heretics. They didn't even profess to have anything to do with religion. And yet, they have the audacity, the chutzpah, the hubris, to go around using the Star of David and the name Israel as a facade for their crime, for their taking the land of another people. Judaism, since the destruction of the temple 2,000 years ago, does not even permit the Jewish people to create their own sovereignty, their own homeland. Even 1 centimeter of homeland is forbidden. And Jews respected this for 2,000 years. We went through the Crusades, the Inquisition, so much suffering, yet we never established or attempted to a Jewish homeland, because it's forbidden. It's a godly decreed exile until ultimately God will make a metaphysical change in the world where all humanity will recognize one God and come together and serve Him in harmony. But till that day comes, It is verboten, forbidden, no such thing as a Jewish state. And this, what they're doing, the Zionists, they're simply, because they left God, and they don't have God's morals, so they have no compunctions, no problem with taking the identity of the Jewish people and using it to intimidate and silence the voice of humanity that questions them and asks, how come you're taking the land of another people? So they say, how dare you question it? God gave it to us. And they willingly and knowfully know that it's not true, that God did not allow us, since the destruction of the temple, to take this land. The rabbis around the world, where Zionism started in Europe, mind you, not in Palestine, the rabbis around the world stood in opposition. Everyone, they said, this is unacceptable. And certainly you cannot make a homeland by killing and stealing. That's the basics of serving God, of Judaism, to be subservient to God, not to kill, not to steal. So creating that state in every facet is anti-Jewish. And on top of that, the Jews are obligated, as the Torah tells us, to show gratitude for good done to us. Through the times of the Inquisition and Crusades, and up to the present day, it was the Muslim and Arab lands that took the Jews in and embraced us, and gave us a safe haven, a place that we could flourish. And Jews flourished in every Arab and Muslim land, in Iraq, in Iran, in Tunisia, in Morocco, Egypt, where you want. And in Palestine, under the Ottoman Empire, we flourished and we lived together, door by door, babysitting each other's children. Every old Jewish family and every old Muslim family will talk about how we lived together in peace and harmony. What caused the rift? Nothing to do with a conflict of religions. This is not a conflict of religions between Muslims and Jews, between Islam and Judaism. This is a conflict between godliness and Shaitan and the Satan. This is a conflict between selfish people who wanted to aspired for their homeland, and they decided for their convenience they're going to take Palestine. And dare you speak up against them? They wave the Torah, the Bible, and claim it's godly given to them. These guys are thieves and con artists. And they use the Torah as one weapon, and then they have a second weapon to back it, and that is called anti-Semitism. They use this by claiming that the righteous people who are witnessing the slaughter, the oppression of the people of Palestine, and they're crying out and speaking up courageously that these people have nothing more and nothing else only because they're anti-Semitic. That's why they're speaking up. How disgusting, how deplorable, and how false. People are speaking up because they cannot witness carnage. They cannot witness genocide. That claim, that accusation of anti-Semitism is another blow to the Jewish people. Because we as Jews, as myself, my grandparents died in Auschwitz. My father-in-law was in the death march when the Nazis were being run out of Auschwitz. Then the world decided to use a word anti-Semitism to protect the Jews and to teach the world not to attack one religion or the other, not to attack one people, another people. That is what is one of the comforts for the Jewish people, that the Western world want to protect us. And now the Zionists are taking that word anti-Semitism that my grandparents' ashes are in Auschwitz because of, and they dare to use that claim to cover their crime. That is an attack on Judaism. Who is anti-Semitic? The Zionist state of Israel. What is the textbook definition of anti-Semitism? Zionism. The state of Israel. They're spilling blood for 76 years of Palestinians and of Jews who dare speak up against them. And even their own soldiers are dying for this frivolous, unethical occupation because they bought into believing that they're doing something godly, maybe. So what is anti-Semitic? Nothing more than the Zionist state of Israel. How dare they attack good-hearted, godly, humane people who are speaking up for the suffering people of Palestine. It's an insult to common decency, to logic that God blessed every human being with. We are pleading with our political leaders. We are pleading with the presidents, with the prime ministers. God blessed you with a lofty position. You can use it for a short-term reward, that you will be given respect, and you hold on for another 2, 3, 4 years. But afterwards, what are you going to tell your grandchildren? Where were you when people were suffering? Or you can use this lofty position to have a legacy, to be able to stand in front of God and say, I was not silent. I did what I could. I saved the people of Palestine. I saved godly creation. Stand up. Remember, that is the best investment you can do if you will stand up and not be intimidated. You may lose your job, but you will be proud of yourself. Your grandchildren will be proud of yourself. They won't have to be running around wondering, like the children of the leaders during the Holocaust, wondering, where were the leaders? Where was the world? Where is the world today? We dare not be silent. We must stand up. We must stand up and speak out for the people of Gaza, for the people created by God. This is what we have to do. And we, because we are Jews, it is an incumbent upon us. The chief rabbi of Palestine, as the chief rabbi of Palestine, Rabbi Teitelbaum of West Valley, who moved to New York, he pleaded with his followers. He said, at the cost of your lives, go out, speak up, tell the world, Zionism is not Judaism. Zionism is against God. Judaism does not permit occupation. It is not us. It is not the Torah. It is not nothing to do with our religion, and it is not the feelings and the will of the people true to the religion. And therefore you have people in Palestine, Jewish people who are dying and being arrested daily, and Jews around the world. Many are silent because of the vicious attack of those Zionists that you're seeing across the street. But there are still tens of thousands who are speaking up, and we will continue. So first, let us remember, it is the Almighty who is His world, and He is compassionate. So let us all pray to the Almighty that He should bring a speedy and peaceful and total end of the occupation of the Zionist state of Israel of Free Palestine. At the same time, let us not be silent. It may be uncomfortable to stand here in the cold. It may be uncomfortable, and we may, God forbid, lose jobs and on and on. But imagine what people in Gaza are suffering minute by minute. The people of Palestine and the refugee camps. We must speak up. We are created by God, and we must speak up, and God will help in reward that we will be rewarded with seeing sooner nowadays a free Palestine. Assalamu alaikum. Judaism, yes. Zionism, no. The state of Israel must go. Judaism, yes. Zionism, no. The state